gonna be 1 second while this gets on. Hey Facebook, here we are. It's me and Fran Capo. Hi Fran.
Hey, how are you?
Wonderful. I'm so simply delighted to have you on today. You have no idea.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet. And I'm glad to be on it. I saw you were on my Capo the other day, and I think this is awesome. Now we're connecting on your show.
Thank you so much. When I look at your bio, I have to tell you, you're living the life. I mean, you've got 9 Guinness World Records as an individual. Human.
Yes.
I've got one in a group setting that I fell into by accident or God or something.
Doesn't matter. You still have it.
Yes. I would love to be in the Guinness by myself, as an individual event. One time I'd be happy.
Uh-huh. Well, the thing is, I was lucky that my mom taught me that nothing is impossible.
Wow.
And my dad taught me to always find the humor in life. So if I try something and it works and it becomes a world record, that's great. I can talk about it. If it doesn't, it becomes part of my stand-up comedy. So either way, it's a win-win situation.
Yes. So you're a 9-time Guinness World Record holder. So what are the 9 things that you hold the record for?
Well, let's see. The first one, which is the one that I'm most known for, it's actually the first and second record.
Okay.
Is I happen to be the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking woman in the world, which is clocked at 603.32 words a minute, which is 11 words a second. Which, of course, for my ex-husband, or my present husband, he'd be, was I in a fight? I go, listen, not only were you in it, it's over, you lost. So many benefits to the fast talking. When I would punish my son if he did something bad, he would go, well, at least the punishments are quick. So you have to have, a sense of humor about whatever you do. So the first time, the record, like I said, was 585 words a minute. On the Larry King Live show, I broke it. Then the second time was 603.32 words a minute. And that fast talking record has actually, I've been on over 4,500 radio shows and on over 450 television shows. And they always want, do the fast talking. And I'll do it at the end for your viewers. But obviously I do a lot of other things because I've written 22 books. I'm an adventurer. I've bungee cord jumped, scuba dived with sharks, flown combat aircraft, driven race cars. I'm a motivational speaker. I've spoken on every continent. People go, what, even Antarctica? I'm like, yes. And the penguins were dressed very nicely. But I really did speak in Antarctica. So the second record, so I might actually have to go look at my records. I'll just say them. I'm not sure in which order they are. The next record, I did a book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro.
What?
Yes. And the way that happened was, I was writing a book, one of my books, Adrenaline Adventures. And I was trying to validate that the rock climbing class that I was writing about still existed. So I called the place. I'm like, hey, you still do this rock climbing class? And they're like, yeah, but actually now we do mountain climbing. I go, listen, I'm not interested in climbing a mountain. Do you do the rock climbing class? They're like, yeah, but you could climb. And they mentioned some mountain that honestly I had never heard of. And I go, listen, no offense, but if I'm climbing a mountain, I'm not climbing Mount Bob. And you got to tell me a mountain that I've heard the name of. So they said, what about Kilimanjaro? I said, all right, well, I've heard of Kilimanjaro. I said, but yeah, I don't know. So after I get off the phone with them, I look it up and I find out that an 83-year-old woman climbed Kilimanjaro. So I figured, well, if she could climb, I could climb. But I didn't realize she was in a wheelchair and got airlifted up there. So I was like, all right. So I run into my son's room. Spencer, guess what we're going to do? We're going to climb Kilimanjaro. And he's like, I don't even like to walk. I'm like, you're missing the point. The glaciers are going to melt by year 2015. He's like, Mom, it's 2004. Time. I'm like, wrong attitude. When opportunity presents itself, you have to take it. And anyway, so we wind up doing this, now we have to train and all this stuff. And we wind up finding this team, and we wind up that we're going to climb Kilimanjaro. But I figured, if I'm going to climb a when I get to the top, I should do something. So I said, well, what can I do at the top of the mountain? And my husband said, what? It was my husband at the time. He's like, why don't you do a book signing at the top? I'm like, that's a great idea. So now besides carrying our knapsacks, I decide, I'll do a book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro. So everybody said, who's going to be there? I said, the other climbers. What else are they doing? So when they got to the top, I go, hey, want to buy a book? They were like looking at me. I go, I can get the money from you down below. Just say you want to buy the book. I'll autograph it at the bottom. I'll meet you. You don't have cash on you right now. So I made them line up, and they did a book signing. So that book signing, the picture of me doing the book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro, which, by the way, I talk about in my TEDx talk. I have 7 world record mindsets. I did my first TEDx talk, which was my last world record, and I'll tell you about that later, but I actually broke a record on the TEDx stage. I just did that in November. But I talk about the different mindsets that allow me to break all these world records. So I have a mindset of just say yes and figure it out later. So and providing I want to do it, because sometimes people go, oh, why don't you do that? I'm like, because I don't want to. So if I don't want to, I don't do it. Because you tell me to do it doesn't mean I got to do it. But if I want to, and I get it in my head, like, she climbed Kilimanjaro, I'll climb Kilimanjaro. Yeah, they in a marathon, I'll run a marathon. So I just have that one in my mind to just say yes and figure it out later. And so that picture of me doing the book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro circulated around the world. And I get an email out of the blue from Brian Day O'Connor. Now, I don't know. I'm just thinking, nice, Irish boy. I don't know. Didn't realize it was Sandra Day O'Connor's son, the former Supreme Court Justice's son. So he says, I didn't know a woman like you existed, that you climbed, did this mountain. P.S. I'm going down to the Titanic. What do you mean you're going down to the Titanic? He goes, yeah, I'm going down to the Titanic. So I said, any room for another person? He goes, what are you talking about? I go, I didn't know people could go down to the Titanic. I thought this was a movie and, that the scientists go. So I said, can you get me in touch with the people? So now I call the people and I said, hey, how much is it? Well, listen, this is not a cheap thing to go down to the Titanic. It's $35,000. I go, who's got that cash lying around? Obviously nothing. So I go, well, I got a sponsor to do a book signing at the top of Kilimanjaro. Maybe I get a sponsor to do a book signing down by the depths of the sea. Now, I just call back, the publisher, and I go, listen. He goes, Fran, we can't pay you to do a book signing. I go, no. You're not paying me to do a book signing. You're paying me to have your book, which is under me, my name, at the book signing. Because then you could say your author had a book. So they agreed. So now I'm doing a book signing down by the wreck side of the Titanic. So that was my third record, doing the book signing down there. And for people want to hear like the whole story, like I said, you could go to the TEDx talk, and the TEDx talk has me talking about all these stories and the mindset. So after I did the book signing down by the Titanic, again, life's just happening. I'm doing my things, and this guy who is my chiropractor says, "Hey, Fran, I'm doing this thing it's like Doctors Without Borders, but it's actually called Chiro Mission." And he said a bunch of us chiropractors go to the Dominican Republic and to Haiti, and we give all these, free, chiropractic things to people some people have never seen doctors. And he said, "Do you want to go?" And I said, well, I'm not a chiropractor, so I'm not sure. Like, what do you? And then he goes, "No, but you're a motivational speaker, and you could motivate the doctors because it's gonna." I said, "Well, how many people do you usually see?" He goes, "Well, in a couple days, we see usually 18, 20,000 people." I'm saying, "Well, how many chiropractors?" So they said, with 39 chiropractors, I said, "We could do this as a world record. Not that you're gonna break their back real quick or anything. We have to really do it." So at that time, I was doing a show called Fran's World. I'm still doing Fran's World, but now I'm doing it as a podcast. Then I was doing it as a video thing, and I go to this guy's so used to me. I go to him. I go, "Listen, we have an opportunity to go to the Dominican see 21,695 patients in 2 days.
Jeez.
And we went into, there was this nun, I don't remember what her name is, but they called, I have a whole article. After the things happen, a lot of times I don't remember the details. I'll go, yeah, I broke that record. I don't remember, I did that. But nun was like a Mother Teresa of the Dominican Republic, and she knew everybody.
Wow.
So she gave us access to the orphanages, to the schools, to the prisons, so that we would see that all of a sudden in that particular place, it was like, 2,000, 3,000 people. And I remember the one place that was the funniest getting into, because for Guinness, you have to record everything you do. Everybody you work on, you have to sign. They have to be somebody witnessing it. I mean, it's a lot of documentation. So the chiropractors went into the prison, and I'm standing outside, and I'm with the cameraman and the guard. Now, I don't speak Spanish very well, so the guard's going, no, like, and he's pointing to the camera. And I know a little bit of Spanish from 3rd grade or 5th grade, whatever it was, and I go, por favor, un momento, just please, for 1 minute. And just, uno, click, because I didn't know how to say camera. Just one picture, me and you. No picture, just one picture, me and you. Like, okay. So I take a picture with the guard. Then I go, okay, just one more picture inside the gate. No, can't go inside the gate. Yes, it's just one more picture. Anyway, it went from one picture to inside the gate to can I go in the lobby? Can I take a picture with the one prisoner? Can I video the prisoner? And by the whole thing, we were videoing the whole event, and we worked on all the prisoners and everything. So I actually am the first person to say I talked myself into jail. So that was so I did okay. Then the way the next record came about was this guy, wow, I can't believe I blanked out on his name. I have to run and see his name, Mark Shepard. And he had did this song called Motivation for this woman. And I liked the song. And I was on his website, and I'm trying to download the song. So I email him, I go, listen, this is a great song, but you don't make it easily accessible to people. You gotta make it where it could just be downloaded. Oh, we talk back and forth. Then what do you do? Oh, my name is Fran Capo. I'm the world's fastest talker, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I kidding around, go, maybe one day you'll write a song about me. Well, I hang up the phone with him. I've got my motivation song from him. I think it's fine. And all of a sudden, he calls me back in 3 hours, and he goes, well, it's done. I go, what's done? He goes, I wrote a song about you called Adventure Girl. I go, what? He goes, yeah, can you listen to it? And then if you give me permission, I'll go into the studio and record it.
Wow.
I said, all right. So I listened to it, and anybody can hear the song. It's on my website. It says, on the side, it says Fran's theme song called Adventure Girl. So he records it. I love the song. It's got all my inspiration. He went on my website and just gathered it from everything on my website and from some of the things I had told him during the conversation that my husband says I'm persistent, and persistence, that's one of the theme songs. So he does this song, and now I have a theme song. So I said, you know what? You wrote that theme song in 3 hours. I'm going to get this song from concept to national airplay within 24 hours.
What?
I had a radio show I was doing the next day. So I called the radio show and I said, are you nationally syndicated? They said yes. I said, okay, I need you to play my theme song in full on your station before we do the interview. Can you do that? They said yes.
Wow.
So the next day, my song was on a nationally syndicated radio song. So it went from concept to national airplay within 24 hours.
Wow.
So I don't know, what are we up to, 5th record? I don't know. Now I got to think of my record. So Cairo Mission, that one. Then the next record, well, one of the records I held was a group record.
Mm-hmm.
And the group record was this, that Fran's World show that I belonged to. Before the guy would hire me to be the host of the show, he wanted me to do a sample, like a sample of like how I am. And I had heard that this guy, Gazillion Bubbles, was doing a world record that day, and he needed volunteers to be inside the bubbles. It was the world's largest bubble, and you would stand in these chambers. And they needed specific people to do it, and you had to get approved. So this was the very first time I'm doing the show for this guy on Fran's World.
Uh-huh.
and I was on Rock Me TV, and I go, listen, forget about you need to test me. Just give me a cameraman. I'm gonna have a great first episode. Because I don't even know you. You want me to just give you a camera? I go, tell the cameraman to meet me on 42nd Street at 8, and I'll do this show. And then if you don't like it, you don't have to air it. And he goes, all right. So the cameraman shows up. I'm like, hey, this is Fran Capo on Fran's World, and we're gonna break a world record today. And so I'm speaking from the bubble, inside the bubble, while the guy's making the world record, doing the world record, and he broke the record. So that was another record, the gazillion bubble record.
Wow.
And it also got me my Fran's World show, because everything in life, as you notice, is me saying, here's an opportunity. The opportunity didn't present itself before, but I am going to take this opportunity while the door's open and just do it. And if it works, there's a Japanese saying, fall down 7 times, get up 8. If it works, if it doesn't work, so what? Dust myself off, I do something else. If it works, then I have another world record. How cool. So
Wow.
then the last records was, I was doing my one-woman show called Love, Laughter, and Light. I do my one-woman show, not now, obviously, during the coronavirus.
Right.
And so I was doing it at a place out in Long Island that my friend Natalie Weinstein has. It was the oldest theater in Long Island. And I'm doing there was the St. James Theater. And I'm doing the show. And at the end of the show, which is all about telling funny stories, motivation, and my adventures, kind of like what I'm telling you now, except it's in a format. At the end of the show, this guy stands up and he goes, wow, that was really good. Did you ever think of doing a TEDx talk? And I went, no, but now that you mentioned it, maybe I will. So I just get the idea in my head. So we'll put that on hold for a second, because that happened in April. My TEDx talk happened that following November. So in the meantime, on Facebook, things pop up. Remember when you did this on Facebook? And it shows you, 6 years ago. So a picture pops up of me, my friend Nick Halleck, and my other friend George Karunas. I went tornado chasing with George, and I met Nick down by the Titanic. And I also went to Antarctica doing a talk in Antarctica with Nick that I had told you about. So now, Nick, the picture comes up, and I go, hey, Nick, isn't this cool? Remember this when we did this? You're my adventure buddy. And he goes, Fran, I'm taking people to zip line over an active volcano in Nicaragua next month. Would you want to go? So I was like, yes, that's right up my alley. So I turn the camera to my husband. I go, look what Nick just said. He goes, why are we married? I go, what? Because you always are doing these crazy things. I have to raise the insurance every time you mention that you want to do something. Because it's never go to the movies. You want to zip line over an active volcano in Nicaragua. And I go, just think. So he says to me, listen, I'm really uncomfortable with you going. It's a communist country. You're going over a volcano. And, I'm not going to give you the money to do it. I said, I'm not asking for the money to do it. I'll get the money to do this. And then, I said, I'll just do more gigs. That's all. So then he goes, but I don't want you going by yourself. Now, he goes away on an ATV trip, and I call up my friend Barbara. Hey, Barbara, you like adventure? Remember when we went in that cave? She said, how would you feel about ziplining across a volcano? She's a policewoman, by the way. And she goes, excuse me? I go, yeah, Barbara, just think of it. We can zip line into this active volcano. And she says, yes. So my husband comes home thinking I'm not going to go on this trip, and I'm smiling. And he's like, what's up? Why are you so happy? I said, what the 2 things you asked me? To get the money for the trip and to find someone to go. I said, I got a gig, covers the cost, and my friend Barbara's coming with me. He's like, I don't believe it. And so now I say to Nick, so we get there, and let me tell you, this volcano in Nicaragua, first of all, there was a lot of red tape, because they kept saying they lost their equipment, but magically, if you pay them some money, the equipment appears. So we have to sleep on the top of the volcano. Now, I've never slept on the top of a volcano. We're in tents. When it rains at night, and you're on top of a volcano, meaning there's no toilets, okay? There's also no trees. So if you have to go to the bathroom, you can't hide behind a tree So I can't go because there's never like, oh, there's a nice bathroom. Anyway, so then we zip line down into the volcano, and there's a very funny video that I have on YouTube. So zip line into the volcano. The guy who meets me down at the volcano is this guy, Ralph, Rodolfo. And Rodolfo goes, "You like barbecue?" I go, "Yeah, why? You're gonna barbecue over the lava? What are we doing?" I make barbecue inside volcano.
Oh my God.
I've never had a barbecue inside a volcano. Sure. So he's over there. He's got meat. He's cooking it on the rocks, and we have to wear sulfur masks because the sulfur is coming up, right? And because I was the first one down, then Barbara came down next, but I became the first woman in the history of the world to zip line into the volcano. And you go on a line that comes down that they just set up a couple of days ago. Because of the acid, the line corrodes. So every few days they have to change the rope. Now we're up there for like, a week, but we'll only each go down once because there's a bunch of us. So now we go down and they're bringing me up. Now remember, I'm the first person, so I'm like the guinea pig. On the way up, the handle breaks.
Oh no.
And I am stuck in the middle between the top to get out of the volcano and in the middle of the volcano. So I am stuck, I don't know how many hundreds of feet in the air, on this line that I'm holding on to with this little seat, with my helmet on. I took my gas mask off and I went, well, never been stuck at the top of a volcano. And I show down there, show up there, and I was stuck there for 45 minutes. And they're like, "Fran, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." All of a sudden, kidding around, I said, "Well, at least the vultures aren't here." As if on cue, like an Alfred Hitchcock movie. I'm not exaggerating. People have to go look at the YouTube video. All of a sudden, you hear, the vultures circling around me. I go, I am like meat on a stick. I go, they're probably just like juicing up their wings, But then the way they had to get me up was the 6 people on the top actually had to manually pull me up the volcano. So that's record number 8, world record number 8. Being the first woman to hit the zip line inside the volcano. And then I get back from my trip, November 17th. The producer of the TEDx people call me and they go, "Listen, Fran, I know you're doing the TEDx, but can you do something unique?" I go, "My talk is not unique enough, and I got to do something else. What do you think you could break a world record on the stage?" I go, "Oh, no pressure. Let me now think of a world record that I could break on the TEDx stage." So I said, "All right." I always say, just say yes, figure it out later. And so I said, what could I do on a TEDx stage that the TEDx people will allow and air that I know I can practice within the next 2 weeks, and that would be, validified as a world record? Had my 18-minute talk, the world record mindset, with all the 7 mindsets I told you, one of just say yes and figure it out later, prepared. And then I went, I know, I could redo the entire talk in under a minute.
What?
So I did my 18-minute talk, not verbatim, condensed it down to under a minute, saying all the 7 world record mindsets, telling the Titanic story, telling the Kilimanjaro story, telling the how I broke my world record story, using the same quotes, and I broke it in, it was 59.32 seconds. I had whatever, a couple of hundredths of a second, and then I got a standing ovation at my TEDx talk. And that became my 9th world record. So that's my 9 world records.
Oh my Lord Almighty. I can't imagine what your stand-up material is like. What's that like?
Well, the funny thing is my stand-up is more me going, I'm not good at doing my stand-up outside of my stand-up. So it's more talking about my life and stuff like that. My love, laughter, and light show is when I tell stories like this.
Got it.
Because stand-up is, you tell the joke, you got to do the punchline. The love, laughter, and light gives me the format that I can stretch out my stories and then after say, now the reason I'm telling you that story and motivate people. And that's the reason that now, because I can't perform live, I can't do my love, laughter, and light show live, I decided every Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to do my Cup of Capos live on Facebook, which is me telling my stories, giving people motivation, doing all that. Oh, you froze. I don't know where you are.
I'm here.
Okay. So I do the Cup of Capo lives, like I said, Monday and Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time live, and give people all these funny stories and motivation. But last night, and again, this happens to be the way that I am, I'm in the process of redoing my website. So my old website is up, but I still am adding things while we're revamping the new website. But I have a couple of friends that during this coronavirus are getting very anxious and are having anxiety attacks. And when I speak to them, they say, Fran, you calm me down, blah, blah, blah. Too bad I can't speak to you every day. And I'm like, well, I guess I can, but it created a thought in my mind yesterday morning. I said, I'm a certified hypnotherapist, okay? I don't know, that's another thing I am.
Yes.
And I'm also an ordained minister, and I did the first prayer ever down by the wreck side of the Titanic. So
wow.
I've also married people very quickly. But anyway, the point is, so I said, what can I do? So yesterday, I took the music, because I have this as book form. This is my book, Hopeful, the City of Light, which contains the 44 secrets of happiness in it. And I also did it as a CD because when I was doing a show and talking about the Hopeful book, a blind kid came up to me he was 10 years old. He goes, I really like the story. Would you ever think of doing it as a CD? And I said, for you, I'm going to do it. And then I went into a studio and I recorded all the 16 voices of the different characters because I also do voiceovers. So I did the 16 voices for the CD. And then I found that kid and I sent it. But obviously now I also sell it at my website, the CD and the book. But the CD has this music that this guy wrote for me, this guy who works at a church, and it's beautiful, peaceful music. So yesterday morning I wake up. So you're getting the first person ever I'm getting to tell this story to. Well, I did tell it on my Cup of Capo this morning, but I mean first interview.
Thank
So
you.
I wake up yesterday morning and I go, what can I do that can help people and that I can also utilize my talents but can make people feel relaxed? Get them energized at the same time, like relaxed so they get a peaceful sleep. Get positive energy to them, relieve their anxiety. So I went back into my notes of when I used to do it, and I created a script for a nighttime mindset meditation. And it takes you down and relaxes you, every part of your body, and then I pour into you love, hope, regeneration, all these things, and I have you do a visualization. So now I'm saying to my son, you got to create this graphic mindset meditations. I'm sorry, mindset meditations. Can you take this music? It's only 10 cents and loop it so it's underneath. I'm gonna record the thing, and so I'm trying to record it. My cat's scratching at the door. I have to start all over. I try to record it again. My husband's walking above me. I'm like, no, I'm recording a tape. It's supposed to be very peaceful. And I'm talking in my hypnosis voice, so to speak, where I'm going, now you're going to relax, very peaceful. So I'm talking in that voice, not this voice. I record the whole thing. I talk to my web mistress, Rose, and I'm like, Rose, I know it's 10 o'clock at night, but I just did this thing. Can you put it up so I can announce it tomorrow? And anybody who signs up, so if you go to francapo.com, the very first thing you see, it says mindset meditations. And I'm collecting the emails for because I have a newsletter. So I said, if you'd like to join the newsletter now, enter your email, and as a free gift, you get this mindset meditation.
Wow.
So as a free gift for joining my newsletter, which I only send out like 4 times a year, because I'm too busy doing other things to write the newsletter. So they'll get, tips on comedy, they get tips on motivation, but I wanted to give this gift for people to get that, because I didn't want them just to sign up, I wanted them to get something. And if they don't want to sign up, they could go buy the meditation in the bookstore. But last night, at 10 o'clock at night, I have 2 friends. One, Jeanette Barber, very funny comic. She's a 6-time Emmy Award winner. She has a thing on called The Daily Woody that she does. It's very funny. And I sent her the meditation, and I sent my friend Barbara, who has trouble sleeping, the meditation. So I say to Barbara, I know it's late at night, but I know you're up. Let me know what you think of this meditation. Let me know before tomorrow, because I want to see if the meditation, and I fell asleep right away. Yeah, then I guess it works. She said, I wasn't even 5 minutes into it, and it just made me so peaceful. And she said she woke up today for the first time without feeling dizzy, because she's on crutches, she's had many surgeries, she's had a lot of things, and I wanted to see if it worked for her. Now, granted, is it going to work for everybody? I don't know. I do know that Jeanette, who has trouble sleeping, and Barbara, who has trouble sleeping, both said they fell asleep into 5 minutes into the meditation. The meditation is 15 minutes. It's only a 15-minute meditation, but it really energizes you in the sense that when you wake up the next morning, you feel great. So it relaxes you into a deep sleep, and then it gives you the suggestions that when you wake up in the morning, you'll feel fantastic, you'll feel great, you'll be ready to start the day, and it's just very peaceful. So I want to tell your viewers, listeners, go to francapo.com, you sign up for the newsletter, you get this free mindset meditation gift, and come to watch Capo and all my crazy adventures, because I'm always doing new adventures. I'm supposed to be in Vietnam right now, crawling into the world's largest cave. Obviously, I'm not doing that. I'm doing it next year. I will always, this is what I believe. As long as you make your life filled with things that you look forward to, you'll always live a happy and fulfilled life, because you'll always be about the next thing that you're excited about. Oh, great. I'm going into the cave. Oh, great. I'm working on a new comedy bit. Oh, great. I'm working on a book. Oh, great. I'm visiting my grandmother who I haven't seen. It doesn't have to be something so huge, but just always have something to look forward to. And always, no matter what happens in your life, my mother, like I said, taught me nothing is impossible. And my dad taught me to always find the humor in life. So with nothing's impossible, you try it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, who cares? And with the always find humor in life, my dad said, if you're going to laugh at something later, why wait?
Huh.
You know, if I'm going to laugh, I make a fool of myself. You know what? So what? And then I find the humor in it. And so that's what I try to give to people.
Wow.
Motivation, my humor, and hopefully to fear nothing through my adventures.
That is amazing. I love you so much. Your spirit is like 10 times what I've ever dreamt of. And it's very motivational. Like, I just, like I've had challenges in my life and I've overcome them, and I've, aspired to do great things, but you're at a whole nother talk show level.
Well, this is the thing. And people always say to me, maybe you've had just a charmed life. I've been held up at gunpoint 3 times. My house burned down. I had to take care of my mother, my father, and my sister who had cancer. And when I'm saying taking care of it, my mother had an operation. Her stomach was open. There was an infection. I physically had to learn how to change her bandages and put my hand in her open stomach. Okay? My sister wanted to have a baby. She couldn't have it. I actually had to learn how to give her the injections for the fertilization shot. So there have been challenges in my life, and people go, oh, but you're not bitter or anything. You know what? Things happen to everybody. Life is a roller coaster. You know what? I got held up. I'm not dead. I'm good. You know what? Was it scary having a shotgun to my stomach? Yeah, that wasn't the best feeling ever in my life. But you know what? I've been through divorces. I've been through these things. We all are going to have our own set of challenges. Where do you focus your life? On the positive things that happen, or are you going to be a victim? You don't want to be a victim in life. Poor me, poor me. Yeah, everybody poor me. Okay? Everybody has things. Get over it. Move on. Your past is not your future.
Love it.
Create a good life.
What about people who have done bad things? Do you hold hope for people to make changes in their life? Or a lot of people say a tiger never changes its spots, or a leopard or whatever, zebra.
Okay, so here's my thing on this. Yeah, so let's say you did something bad. I'll say this. Okay, I remember that there was a late night. I was at a stand-up comedy gig. And I remember seeing on TV about this guy who said that he killed his child.
Wow.
Okay? He got mad, grabbed the child by the legs, and killed his child. He was in jail. And he said he started reading the Bible and things. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, I don't know if I could ever forgive. It's not my position to forgive him. It's his position to be a better person in the world. You could say, I did a bad thing, so I'm just going to continue my life being a bad person. Why? Why do that? If you say, oh my God, what I did was horrible, please, please forgive me. And there's hope for everyone, because as long as you realize that what you did is not the way you want to continue your life, there is hope for everyone. But the thing is, they have to come to that realization. Like people who are addicted, you know, you could speak all day long, stop drinking that alcohol, stop drinking. Until they're ready, they're not going to do it. And they'll be angry at you sometimes, you know, like, stop telling me it's my life. Well, you know, your life is affecting my life. It's like the people who want to go out with the coronavirus. I have the right, if I want to catch the coronavirus. Listen, it's not cancer. Cancer, you can't spread. You know, coronavirus, you can spread. So where your actions are affect my actions. You know, if you want to do something by yourself that doesn't affect me or the world, go ahead in your little corner and do that. You know, like people say, you know, does the people, you know, gay or anything. I'm like, I don't care. If they're in love, they're in love. Who cares? That's their thing. As long as they don't say, hey, Fran, you got to join us. I mean, you know what I mean? Do your own thing as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Yes.
But once you start hurting other people, you need to re-examine your life and go, do I want to consider on this path or do I want to change? Yes, I've done something bad, but if your life was judged on every bad thing you did, then you might as well end it at that point. And I'm not advocating for anybody to do it. The beauty of life is that we can constantly reinvent who we are, and you can make that a positive. So does a leopard change his spots? No, maybe he doesn't change his spots, but he could clean those spots off so we could see the nice shiny ones and not the dirty, you know, dingy ones that are there. You say, you know what, I gotta make this better.
Wow.
And that's,
So we're getting towards the end here on your half hour that we wanted to keep it to, but you promised that you would do your speed talk.
fast talking. So I do this thing at the end of my stand-up, and I've done it on a lot of television shows. I call it Evelyn Wood reading her kids a bedtime story. So it goes like, okay, kids, mommy's gonna read you The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. One little pig liked to sing, the second little pig liked to dance, the third little pig liked to sit and think. Then a big red wolf came up, then a big red wolf, then a big what's the next big town? Then a big red wolf, then a something about the I got some man climbed down the chimney. Pigs had a pot of boiling water, the wolf will leave with soup. Tomorrow, war and peace. So I do that, and actually, for anybody who's got kids at home, if you go to my website, francapo.com, besides getting the meditation, you know, the free gift meditation for the newsletter, if you go to YouTube, I do fast talking fairy tales. I have a Little Red Riding Hood one. I have a Jack and the Beanstalk one. So it's a fun way to entertain your kids. And the other thing I would say for your viewers, listeners, is to really check out that TEDx talk. It's called A World Record Mindset, because if you ever are in doubt of how do you get from where you are to where you want to be, utilizing these world record mindsets, which I now have had put on eyeglass things.
Wow.
Eyeglass cleaners that I sell at my show, but it has the world record mindsets. And the only reason I did it is because people have said to me, oh, I was trying to take notes during your lecture. And then I said, how can I make it easier for everybody? Oh, but practical. Oh, I'll put it on an eyeglass cleaner. Then they'll have the things, and every time they clean their eyeglasses, they see the world record mindset. So always think of how to make it easier for people to incorporate these positive things into their lives. This is right now what I did for the coronavirus. I have these that I gave down to the deli. It says, hands clean and off face. Use humor to regenerate. Because people are constantly touching their face. So I wanted a reminder for them to wear hands clean, don't touch your face, but use humor to regenerate. And on the inside it says francapo.com, which you barely can see, but it doesn't matter. The point is I wanted to give somebody something that they could say, oh, that's right. Every time I look at this bracelet, oh, don't touch my face, gotta wash my hands.
Oh, that's great. That's really helpful. So if I put on this post when we get off of this Zoom, if I put on the post to go check out everything about her on francapo.com and engage with it, you'll never be the same. Is that okay with you?
That would be wonderful, because that honestly is really, I do want people to find the humor during this time. that's good. And in turn, then I'll send them newsletters with more positive things 4 times a year.
That's way. I'm going to go sign up, and I hope that people do that as well. So this will go on, and sometimes people don't view it till later. You know how that goes.
I know how that is. That's with the Cup of Capos. They're some are on live, and then some watch it later, and then you get 500-600 views or whatever later. Yeah.
Exactly. And I got myself a tech girl, and she's going to be like my tech wife, and she's going to put stuff on iTunes, Spotify, and all of them other platforms that have nothing to do with heels. So whatever.
Okay, exactly.
Thank you so much, Fran Capo. You are so amazing. I really look up to you.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for having me on the show.
You bet.
And you know what? On Monday at 11, when I'm on Cup of Capo, come on the Cup of Capo and put the link to this show so that everybody who sees my Cup of Capo will see the link to this, and then they could go and watch yours.
Got it. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll do that. Thank you, Fran.
You're welcome.
I'll go right.
Let me know what you think of the meditation.
I will, and I'll write down to go on and watch Cup of Capo on Mondays. What time Eastern?
It's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. Perfect.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 11 o'clock.
Perfect. I'll do that. Thank you, Fran. Bye, Fran Capo.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. I don't know if you're still there, Rufus, but wasn't she amazeballs? Oh my God. Oh my God. That woman motivates my happy ass. Thank you for watching. I know other people will watch later. I get it. Okay. You like the bow in my hair? Okay, bye.